honestly, when I was listening to Pain 1993, here's our transition. When I was listening to that, I was wondering to what extent is the fact that people actually take Carti rapping like the most generic lyrics ever, and the fact that people are so positive about it, how much of a factor is the fact that Carti is so mysterious? You never see him, you never get him on social media practically, besides like a couple of weird misspelled tweets, but you never see him. Doesn't really do interviews. You see him do like a couple of interviews, and the interviews are insanely underwhelming.
Yeah,
like when he did really Big Boy and shit.
Yeah,
he did Big Boy I think last year. Maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe like 2 years ago when Dialect came out.
I mean, it just makes me wonder to what extent.
And those were like the most extensive like interviews he's ever done.
Right. But okay, like let's say Lil Mosey. Like Lil Mosey is somebody who is very popular on TikTok, Spotify. He streams like crazy.
But like
sells out
nobody
shows,
really,
whatever.
Nobody cares about
He doesn't have that mystery element because he acts like a normal person. He goes and does interviews and stuff, and then he puts out music, whatever. With Carti, he puts stuff out so infrequently, and then when he does, it's like he doesn't really like, you don't see him doing anything. You don't see him outside. You see him perform, and that's about it. And to what extent does that really help him in comparison to an artist who acts more like a normal person?
I mean, I think that's what cultivated his whole like cult like fucking fan base, and like all the leaks being like a whole thing, and like the whole Carti community, YouTubes and fucking fan pages, the V-Lone Thug fan pages, like it's fucking crazy. He has the most crazy like beehive of fans.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he acted more like a normal person, how much that would change.
I mean, it would probably just be like all the. I think
because you can compare it to Uzi, and like Uzi's
a little bit more of a normal person.
Yeah. A little bit more of a normal person in a sense of that he's more active on social media and, will talk to people and stuff like that.
No, but then he'll go on breaks and shit too. It's like, but then when he came back into full force before EA dropped, that's how you knew EA was about to come out because he just fucking went rampant and was just like,
was just like seen everywhere on the streets, driving his crazy cars.
Yeah, but I was saying that I think that's the whole allure with the Carti community is because everything is speculation. It's all like, we don't really know what's going on. I'm gonna make 10 YouTube videos. You dig? 4 eyes, 2 G's here.
But we never see like a human side to Carti. You've never seen it. When he gets arrested, what do you hear? You hear that he told the cop to suck his dick, and I'm gonna fuck your daughter, and I don't care if you take this Lamborghini.
Did you guys see that?
I've never seen him humanized at all in those interviews. Not at all.
Did you guys see that? Apparently, Iggy Azalea had
the baby. I was gonna say
secret baby.
We didn't talk about that.
We're supposed to talk about that last week.
We still haven't seen any proof, but I mean, like
no proof.
Again, that's another thing that Playboi Carti would do is that he would have a baby with another celebrity and not say a word about it. Try to keep the whole thing secret.
That's super fire.
Every other normal fucking person has an Instagram post when they have a baby, but he's out here being Mr. Mysterious, Mr. Weird Guy.
But I mean, because
that could also not be true.
It could not be true. I'm definitely open to that.
Look at us, we're just speculating too.
Exactly.
But I mean, I don't think he does it on purpose. I feel like that's just him.
Does.
He definitely
you think he does it on purpose?
100%. Like you can't cultivate an image like that by accident.
I think some people just don't like social media.
No. Dude, he didn't even post his own album when it came out. Gunner tweeted the link and he just like retweeted it. No, it's dead ass, bro.
Who do you think is behind all this?
They have a whole team.
A Carti team doing this.
Og is like, listen, Carti, we got to turn you into this gay vampire. You got to wear mesh. You got to wear mesh.
And you have to type like a robot.
Gay vampire. After we just got talking about how he might have a baby on the way.
He's like wearing
a baby out. He might have already dropped the baby.
Him and the guy from the Leaks are like fucking BFFs, and he's like, you gotta like. He changed his whole swag and whole everything. I'm not saying it's not cool, but like I don't know.
But listen to this.
He's going in a very Young Thug direction, even with the music.
But Young Thug acts like way more of a person now. You see Young Thug out like doing an hour-long Big Boy interview, acting like a person. That's crazy. You didn't see that for a long time with Thug. You actually didn't really think it was possible for Thug to do that for a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyway, it's weird to think about that because we knew Carti. Not knew him.
But like he would be out, bro.
I've interacted with him. I've seen him at a show and just like exchanged a few words and stuff, and he just always seemed like a relatively awkward young rapper, and it wasn't really that interesting.
I saw a picture of him and Chris Travis like together at some show, and I was like, damn, this is rare. Like if this picture came out tomorrow, this is so fucking rare.
Isn't that crazy?
And they have a song together.
Do they really?
It's like some old random it might have been like a Fused Together song, but
wow. Yeah. If it's a Fused Together song, it don't count. count, but that's insane.
No. It sounded like a real song.
Bro,
I don't know though.
It's just weird to think about it. Like fucking when I was watching him on the Rolling Loud stage, his pants were so tight. And so leather, shiny, leather, and you know that makes me think about all these little like, you know, it's like it's a meme, like these little white kids and they got glasses and they got premium shirts, and Rick Owens, whatever, and they just think Carti can do no wrong. And I was looking at him wearing those super tight pants and just thinking, those kids are gay for him. Like they literally are. I think some significant percentage of those kids want to fuck him and like, don't really understand their own desire. Like they're like, oh my God, Carti. Don't you think some of them are just kind of, you know, like that they're not fully connected with the fact that they want to fuck him, but they want to fuck him.
Like they don't know that they're like so hard V-Lone thugs.
Hey, I also want to say this. If anybody else was dating Azalea Iggy Azalea Banks, that would actually be fire. If he was dating
that would be super fire.
Almost anyone else dating Iggy Azalea
would be posting that ass on the gram.
Or you would think that they would like, you know, because she's not exactly considered like the coolest rapper in the world, but somehow him dating her
kind of makes her cool.
But why does it make sense to us? Only because we like don't know anything about him that we can just imagine that like works.
Well, I was talking to this girl and she was like, she basically was saying the same thing. Well, she was like, why would he date Iggy Azalea? And I was like, think about it like this: date a regular bitch like you, or date Iggy Azalea. Like she was like, oh, she's lame, like da da da. But I'm like, but
I don't think you could take away from the fact that she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
she's talented. If you like it or not, she is.
The ass talented. Is crazy fat. Stuff. Let's not brush over that.
Yeah, when she got it redone like a year ago too.
And she bought him a fucking Lambo for his birthday.
Do we know that?
Yes.
Didn't he?
They posted
that. That was a thing in the gossip rags that he broke up with her right after she gave it to him. That was pretty funny.
That was goat activity.
I don't think that actually occurred like that though.
She got him a Lambo with the translucent Louis Vuitton duffel bag in the trunk hood thing. Like,
right.
Go.
Imagine how bad she wants to post him and she's just not allowed to.
Bro, she hasn't. I actually looked at her Instagram the other day because
he was on it, just chilling.
No. She had like 3 posts, and like one of the posts was from like 2019 still.
Really? Right. I wonder if he's curating her
Body
Instagram
was
too
snatched.
now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Being like, okay, you can only post 3 things. If you ever post something else, you gotta archive it.
Don't you wonder that? What are their conversations about music like?
It's kind of crazy because I've never thought about it. Yeah. I just think about, okay, they're together. That makes sense. They're both beautiful and famous. But like, I've never really
You think he's beautiful? I'm willing to accept it, but
I don't know. I don't think he's like, oh my God, a supermodel, but I could see how he's an attractive guy.
I want to know how he just sits around eating wings and drinking lean all day and he's still that skinny.
How do you know that he eats?
You're right. I don't know.
Some people are just skinny.
We just said we don't know anything.
I don't know anything. I don't know what his diet is like. I'm just assuming that he's not on like the healthiest diet in the world. And it's like,
I wonder what he eats.
He said, okay, I'm gonna hey,
this has become the Carti community podcast.
There was this.
The Carti.
Wait, I gotta get this bars off.
Yes.
He says on that Pain 1993 song, he says every day I gotta pour me a pho. And when he said that, I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
every day
is that real? And then he says, every day I gotta pour me a pho. He repeats it, and I'm like, oh my God, if I was going to take that as maybe an exaggeration, now I really believe it. This motherfucker pouring a pho a day. That's not a healthy way to live. How the fuck are you so skinny if you're really drinking that much drink?
Some people are just skinny.
Some
people are just skinny.
He probably got the same genetics as Thug, because Thug is like the skinniest, tallest person you've ever seen in your life.
But they have like a tiny lean belly. They could be like really skinny.
If you saw him with his shirt off, you might be able to see it, but I don't know. Carti is like ridiculously.
So this has become the male body examination podcast.
I told you the Carti fans are gay.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
You just proved it right.
Okay. So can we actually talk about the music though now?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Do you guys actually think it's as bad as everyone on the internet is saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because you kind of said
you killed it.
I mean,
you killed it on the fucking our group text.
All right. What did
you say?
That it was the worst thing you've ever heard.
It's not the worst thing I ever heard. It's just the most generic thing I ever heard.
Generic.
If you didn't have the crazy voice and the weird auto-tune pitch thing going nuts, it would be the most generic rap verse that we would laugh at any kid who sent. If a kid sent in that song on stream, which Cam Girl Household would be streaming after this, if someone sent a song in with those exact lyrics, we would say these are the most generic lyrics ever. Write something better.
But do we look at Carti for someone that makes the best lyrics?
But how? It's not that it's not the best. It's that it is pretty much the worst. Like, it's actually as boring as any human being. Like, his verse on Pain 1993 is the most generic verse that I could ever imagine any rapper ever rapping, besides the weird pitch autotune stuff. Let's just be honest. That's just 100% fact. And it really stands out after you hear Drake like actually rap. Really, and Drake is playing with melodies and different, you know, flows and stuff on the song. He's got a lot of different little things going on there. Drake, say what you will about him, but he just did so much more on that verse. And this is also the thing. Drake always goes first on songs. This is a song where maybe Drake should not have gone first, right?
No, because if it would have just started off with the racks all in my jeans, like it would have, I don't know, it would have gave it a different feel to the song. I feel like the whole allure of the song is like Drake on this fucking Pierre beat, which is insane. Like, just to even think about Drake on the Pierre beat, and like, when the snippet was first out of just like the little, 15 seconds of Drake's part, it was like, what the fuck is Carti gonna? Because we didn't even know Carti was gonna be on it. It was like, what the fuck is Carti gonna say? And
nothing. Every day he's got to pour him a foe, and he want mo.
I mean, everybody says the same type of shit. So,
but I'm not okay with that. Like, that to me is just not. But I'm not gonna just be satisfied with that. Especially
that's the exact type of music that you consume, though. So what was different than that?
This is not true. Who do I listen to with any sort of regularity that is not really
that's
rapping?
Not pouring a 4 every day. Everybody you listen to is pouring a 4 every day.
Every rapper.
Are you joking?
But I'm not listening to it. Like, I don't listen to that, and that's not my thing.
Okay. Well. Compare.
Like, okay, I listen to Future and Young Thug a lot. I listen to fucking, I listen to Greedo. I listen to Drake. They're all like, you can't compare how boring what Carti did lyrically is on that song to what Future does on songs.
Well, okay, so the whole thing with me is like my whole issue with this song and the At Me song is it feels very Young Thug derivative. Like, it feels like this is like directly inspired by Young Thug, like the vocal inflections, the high pitch, just like it all just like, okay, for at one point it felt like everyone was just copying like different eras of Lil Wayne and just repeating that and shit like that. And it feels like now that's what people are doing to Young Thug. Like, they're taking one little thing that Young Thug did on the song once, and they're just like copy and pasting it.
I think what Thug is the definition of what Carti didn't do on that song, because Thug plays with
it's like
flows,
what he tried to do,
crazy different flows, whatever. Like, Carti, that fucking verse is so stock, and I want to know. I feel like there's a Carti bubble, like, people were so enthusiastic about Die Lit. And a lot of like Die Lit realistically like just didn't have anything going on lyrically. It was just nothing interesting about it.
It was the vibe,
but it had a dope vibe and stuff.
It was the vibe.
I wonder to what extent this next Carti project is going to be able to survive the expectations that people have from it. Because I feel like you're seeing that backlash. When this song came out, people were very eager to shit on him. I feel like it's slightly,
it's kind of like shifting a little bit.
It's a different time period where I feel like people aren't as happy to just accept some super generic shit. And you can see that in the death of SoundCloud. Like, SoundCloud rap's not popping right now. People want to hear something talented, a little bit more whatever. Like, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but
effort.
I don't know.
I'm thinking, how could he have attacked that verse better and made it like, made it different?
Do you guys
literally
like the
anything.
baby voice?
Anything?
Because I think that's what I didn't like about it, and like, I was thinking about why I didn't like it, and I think it's because we've heard too many leaks that have the baby voice
that are way better.
And I don't know, I'm kind of over it. And it's like, how much longer can you do this whole baby voice thing when it's like,
it's been like a year or two, I want to say.
We're on stream.
It's been like a year or two.
Swipe up. No Jumper Show. We're live right now.
Because I mean, there's an entire fucking rapper that's doing that whole baby voice and taking it to another level.
That's how I wanted to start this podcast, by saying, how'd y'all feel about the Drake and 645 AR song?
Wait, what?
That's funny.
I mean, that's just what it sounds like.
Wait, and also, why the fuck is
shout out to 645AR.
Shout out to him, but the fact that his song is used for the racist TikTok.
Yo,
why did they pick him?
How did that happen?
Every TikTok, there's so many that are using them. It's so crazy.
I can't even do it.
Right?
I tried to do it.
Hey, this has been another episode of the No Jumper Show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to support, like, comment, subscribe, and go to nojumper.com. Get yourself a kendama or a t-shirt or something. Appreciate y'all.